Boy, great effort today by our guys out there on the field. Our players, I thought, did a lot of the things we needed to do to win. Made a couple of errors, but we did a lot of the things that are really important and that you need to do to win. To come out here playing one of the best teams in the country and in Texas A&M. We knew it was going to be a tough battle. We knew it was going to be a four-quarter battle. We told our guys, we have to continue to play for 4 quarters. Came all the way down, even right there at the end. The game was still going on, but I'll tell you what, our guys showed up. Our guys played for 4 quarters. We asked our fans to show up. I'll tell you what, at 9 a.m., I don't know if I've heard a louder dog walk, and that was at 9 a.m. this morning. You know, with late in the 4th quarter, even though we're up, I mean, our fans, they came and they showed up. All our fans, I thank all of them. They showed up for 4 quarters today. They showed up and they were on their feet. They were cheering, making noise for an entire 4 quarters, which is what we need. It was, you know, we told them that's what we need to do for them to do their part for us to win games. They certainly did it, and you see them all singing the fight song and the alma mater after the game. That's what big time football was all about. And I'm proud of everybody downstairs in the locker room. I'm proud of everybody out there in the stands. I'm proud of everybody in the state of Mississippi for that win. And we're going to enjoy this win tonight. I'll promise you that. We're going to really enjoy this win tonight. And then all focus tomorrow for our rewards. We get Auburn here next week, so we'll start focusing on Auburn first thing tomorrow morning.
Questions? We'll get a mic to you.
Could you talk about the play after Jamal fumbled the punt and then the defense came up with that 4th down stop? How big that momentum change was?
Well, it was really huge. You know, we talked all week about playing the next play. You know, play the next play. Put the ball down, play the next play. And, you know, because when you're playing a team like Texas A&M, they're going to hit some shots down the field. You know, they're going to make some big plays. There's going to be a lot of different big plays. There's going to be a lot of big plays made in the game, a lot of different swings and that go on and momentum swings during the course of the game. And our complete focus has to be put the ball down, play the next play. That's all that matters. And you know, when our defense took the field that way, I think that's the attitude, that's the demeanor in which we took the field that series. And they played the next play. We got off the field, got a stop, and that was really huge for us.
With all the attention that Dak has gotten over the last 2 weeks, just talk about how he's handled that pressure and kind of how he did out there today.
I thought he did pretty well. He's going to get a lot more attention now with his performance, but as I've told everybody, that's what we expect from him. You know, we expect him to play games like that, and you know, for us to keep winning, he's going to have to, you know, keep playing at a very, very high level. I think he handles it all very well, you know, I mean, we've talked about it. Fortunately, we have some people that, you know, Brian Johnson, who has been on as big a stages as there are, helping coaching him as a younger guy too. That it wasn't doing it was doing it just a short while ago, and. So I think their relationship really works well together, and fortunately I've been around some guys like that. So you know, he'll handle it very well because he knows. I mean, all we are is 2-0 in the SEC. You know, and that was getting 2 SEC wins was not our goal this season. We wanted to get more, but you know, we get the opportunity with the defending conference champion coming here next week, and Dak and everybody's got to be completely locked in. We've got to play our best game to get a win.
No Dylan Day, no Jamie Lewis, but it didn't seem to matter the offense at all. It picked up right where they left off.
Well, I tell you, you know, that's why, you know, a lot of times, and people wonder, why are you rolling guys? Why are you doing this? Because guys got to be ready when your number is called. You know, after all warm-ups, after everything, Devin Bell comes up, and I was doing my last swing. I popped my groin. Like, all right, we'll deal with it later. So came out, went in. The trainer saw him, said, not sure. Went out. I watched him try to do one kickoff, and I'm talking about. There was about 45 seconds on the game clock before the start of the game, and I watched it. He didn't feel comfortable swinging. I could just see in his face. I just looked at Logan Cook, and I said, you're up. Go kick off. And, you know, I mean, I guess it took all the pressure off him because he had all of about 30 seconds to prepare himself for his first college football game, but went in there, did a great job with kickoffs, great job with punt. You know, we get here to the stadium today and say, hey, Jamie Lewis can't play. You know, I mean, it's something that acted up on him Thursday. He got hurt 2 weeks ago at LSU. Rested him in the bye week. He was fine all week practicing. Thursday, it all acted up on him. Friday at the walkthrough, he didn't feel great. This morning, he couldn't walk. And, you know, so we'll hopefully, you know, we'll get him rested up, get him in a boot, and hopefully be available next week. But next guys just stepped right in with Gabe Miles and Smokey. Jamoral Graham just stepped right in, did their job. Ben Beckwith, number was called, stepped in, and you know, not just Ben. We expect Ben to do that. He's a senior, been a great player for us. Devin Desper steps in at right guard. Jamal Claiborne come get some snaps there as well. Guys stepped in and did their job.
Coach, Hill connected with Reynolds there in the first quarter. You guys come back and get 2 scores. Kind of talk about the character of your team. As you guys see that first score, and then you guys come back and get those 2 scores, and you get some stops after that.
Well, we knew it was going to be a 4-quarter game. I mean, it was, and we talked about that all week. So that no matter where momentum went, it was going to be like a roller coaster. We were going to be high, we were going to be low, we were going to be high, and it wasn't going to stop. I guess getting on a roller coaster for 3.5 hours, right? Most people, unfortunately, right, it only lasts about 2.5 minutes, and then you got to go wait in line again for an hour, right? And it was a 3.5 hour roller coaster today, but our guys were prepared for that, so they knew that Texas A&M was going to make some plays. They were going to make some plays on offense, defense, and the kicking game, and we just had to play the next play and continue to respond, and it was going to be a 60-minute game.
6 for 6 in the red zone, scoring opportunities.
Yeah, that helps.
What was it about today that things were clicking and got to one?
Well, I thought we were executing clean, and guys were making plays when we had an opportunity, finishing runs. When we made a mistake, we made some big catches to get scores. The O-line did a great job up front. We did a good job. We talked about for us coming into the game. We had a controlled line of scrimmage. I thought we did that fairly well. We outrushed them. I don't know, we didn't sacks. I know we gave up a couple, but we got a couple on there with the line of scrimmage. It's going to be huge. Tackling in the open field, we did a pretty good job most of the night on that. 3rd downs on offense was going to be huge. And looking at that stat now, we were pretty good at halftime, not as good in the second half. But overall, I'm telling you what, I'm really proud of the way our guys played, how they handled themselves in taking care of their business.
3rd down also, that was one of their strengths going, that was one of your strengths as a defense. How important was that battle? What did you do to kind of win that 3rd down conversion?
Well, we knew it was going to be huge. We wanted to get near their receivers, and create a pass rushing, to create some discomfort for them, out there, and not just let Kenny sit back there and try to pick us apart. Even though 37 for 62 today, huh? We still gave up 365 passes, so statistically we're still not going to be very good pass defense, even though I give our guys credit. I'll tell you what, our pass defense up until, was it 48-17? And after that first drive, to give up 10 points really in the rest of the game, that's great pass defense. So even though statistics might not read it, I thought our guys in the back end and our coaches did a great job.
After playing against a really good running team in LSU and a tempo offense today, how do you feel about the defense now going into next week against Auburn?
Well, I feel good. They're going to be tired. They played 93 plays today, so fortunately we rotate a lot of guys. I think our staff does a good job getting them ready to play. We've played some good teams, and you look statistically out there. I love statistics. I pay attention to statistics a lot. But, statistics sometimes will lie to you, too, because you got to look behind and look at the reality of those statistics. Not just this is a statistic. Why is it a statistic? So overall, I thought our defense did pretty well, but we're going to have a huge challenge again with really our 3rd different style offense in 3 weeks and our 3rd top 10 team in 3 weeks.
A lot to do with interceptions, just right time, not place. But Richie Brown just had that knack today. Came up with 2 deflections and an outright interception on his own that really looked like a backbreaker.
It was, I think, those were the plays. And the one thing I think this team's done a great job of all year, when we need a big play, and guys go step up and make it. And it's not the same guy. I think they come back, score, we need a big play. Fred Brown makes a spectacular play and a long touchdown catch. We turn the ball over, we create a turnover right away. They score, we score to respond. When we've needed plays, a lot of different guys have stepped up. Richie, an amazing job today making those plays. He was in where he needs to be in the right spot, and not only where he needed to be, but he made the play on top of it.
Rich, with Tim Tebow being here with SEC Nation, the comparison's been made with Dak Prescott. Where do you see similarities with it? Where does that comparison hold up? Where does it not hold up to you?
Well, the problem, I spend so much time with these guys. They're like my kids, when they're players, you're like your kids, then they're really good friends as they get kind of older. With Timmy now, it's hard for me to call Timmy my kid, even though, he knows if I watch him do something, I'm still going to coach him. But I guess the best way to describe it, I saw both of them together. It was awesome for me. I get to get a picture with, Tim, probably one of the greatest college football players in history, and Dak, our quarterback. And I'll define it this way. Someone walked up and said, hey, Coach Court looked at Dak and said, hey, Coach Court said Dak would definitely beat you and everything in the weight room, Tim. And I think that's where the similarities kicked in, because Tim had just finished working out, and Dak had a game today, and both of them were ready to head down to that weight room to go start competing. And it would have been a pretty ugly competition. I mean, ugly in that I don't know that anybody would have ever given in. And they're two ultimate competitors, and they're winners, and I don't know if there's a better trait you can have in life than that, and that's what they both have.
Yeah, a little bit off of that question. When this offense looks like what you had at Florida at its best, does it feel like what you had at Florida at its best?
Well, that was so long ago. Yeah, at times, you know. I mean, there's some things. You know what I love is a lot of different guys are out there making plays, and guys are executing at a very high level, and, you know, that's something we were able to do, you know. I don't know if we have like Percy Harvin out there. I mean, there was so much talent on that team at Florida. You know, and it's evident now when you just turn on an NFL game, and, you know, almost all those guys on that offense are playing in the NFL across the board. You know, even guys who are backups are playing in the NFL from that offense. So time will tell as these guys continue to develop. You know, I think we need to continue developing as an offense and continue to grow and mature. And if we continue to execute at high levels, then I think we could be compared that way.
After the game in that northwest end zone, there was a lot of emotion. I saw a lot of hugs, players jumped in the stands. I saw you carrying your daughter. What was it like down there emotionally watching you?
You know what? It was pretty special. You know, I mean, the first thing I remember getting here 6 years ago, and I always bring it up. I said, listen, I said, to build a winning program, you need to sell out the fans. You got to start it. It's not win first and the fans show up. Okay, it's fans show up first and start believing in the program and supporting the program. Then the wins will come. You know, and it's so rewarding. They believed me. You know, we started a sellout streak back in a season that we went 2-5 at home. And our fans started believing it. Now, Starkville, you know, right here, Davis Wade Stadium in Starkville, Mississippi, has become a hard place for teams to come play. And that is all due to our fan base. And you know what? And them believing is pretty special. And it shows that, you know what, all of us together, from Dr. Keenum to Scott Strickland, to our entire fan base, everyone bought into what we needed to do to build a winning program. And it's so rewarding to see that.
You mentioned Auburn's a different kind of offense than these last two that you faced. What different kind of challenges do they present?
Well, boy, you know, they're going to run it like LSU, but they're going to spread out and tempo you like A&M. And, you know, just a quarterback that can beat you with his legs, and then as soon as you start jumping on his legs, they have freaky wide receivers that'll go beat you down the field. You know, he'll hand it off to a back that can hit the home run at any time, and they're an enormous offensive line. So, you know, they're a very, very explosive offensive team, and we're going to have to play really good defense, you know, and sound defense next week. And but we'll worry about that tomorrow. We're going to enjoy the win tonight.
Coach, going back to what you said earlier about, you know, the steps this program has made today, first time in program history, you guys have been able to knock off back-to-back top 10 teams. Just sweet. What does that mean?
That's fantastic. You know, right? It's fantastic, right? It's the first time I think that we've been ranked and beat another ranked team maybe since like 41, or was that the 1918 one? You know what? I tell you, I'm just proud of our guys. I'm proud of our team. I'm proud of the whole university. You know, I think when we got here, we had a lot of people get on the same page of not just of setting a standard. And that standard was not just about the football field. That standard was about the football field, the classroom, the community, and not just about football players or athletes, about every student on this campus, making this the premier university in the state of Mississippi and the premier university in the South is our goal in every aspect. And you know what? To do that, we're going to have a lot of firsts around here. And you know, knocking off 2 top 10 teams, that's great. But I know as a university as a whole, hopefully that's just the beginning for us. If we want to become a great, not just a great football school, but a great university as a whole.